I knew something was wrong the moment my phone vibrated. One sharp buzz, then silence. Not the usual chatter from the family group, just a private message from my aunt. "Can't wait to see you at the reunion. We're all so proud of Daniel. He's accomplished so much. I hope you're, well." That pause, that careful, delicate pause, like she was handling a broken object. I stared at the screen longer than necessary, watching her words sit there, glowing with the same quiet condescension I'd grown up drowning in. The family's golden boy, my cousin, had a way of appearing even when he wasn't in the room. His shadow was loud, mine was invisible. The reunion was in an hour. I should have ignored it, pretended I was busy, pretended I didn't care. But something pulled me there anyway, a quiet, sharp instinct. A need to see the faces that once told me, with soft smiles, that I'd never be enough. When I walked into the hall, the first thing I saw was my aunt, arms wide, face bright, voice too loud. And Daniel beside her, basking in the glow like he was born wrapped in applause. Then my aunt said it, the line she had waited all year to deliver. "Look at him," she whispered to the others, not realizing I was within earshot. "Our Daniel just got promoted again. Such a star." Meanwhile, well, a shrug, a small laugh, a dismissal. That was the moment something inside me shifted, quietly, precisely, like a door unlocking in the dark. The truth is, I'd never cared about their praise. Not really. I had outgrown the need for it a long time ago. But betrayal from someone you never trusted still cuts. It's almost impressive. I listened to the conversation without turning my head, letting their words stitch themselves into the back of my mind. Daniel's practically running his department. Such a leader. He's bound for big things. He's the pride of the family. And then the one that stuck, he'll be running the company someday. Imagine that. Our boy at the top. My company, my board, my decisions. They didn't know. They never asked. To them, I was still the kid who never lived up to Daniel's shine. The joke, the background character. I felt the old sting of it, how easily they spoke about my life as if I weren't alive in it. I wondered if they'd rehearsed these lines, polishing them like a family heirloom. I stayed quiet, letting the insults settle inside me like sediment. Denial wasn't necessary, shock wasn't needed, just patience. Because the truth was simple, they had no idea who I had become. I drifted through the room, unnoticed, listening, observing, collecting every last detail. Daniel bragged about his responsibilities. My aunt bragged louder about him. The rest nodded, smiling the way people do when they've decided who matters and who doesn't. I kept my breathing steady, my posture calm. Outside, I was polite. Inside, I was assembling the chessboard. Their delusions, their assumptions, their hierarchy, all of it was about to collapse. Not through confrontation, not through raised voices or dramatic scenes, just truth. Simple, documented, undeniable. I had brought the quarterly report with me, the one with my signature stamped across Daniel's department budget. I hadn't intended to use it in any meaningful way, but the universe has a peculiar sense of timing. I stepped closer when my aunt started introducing him to distant relatives as one step away from the executive board. Daniel grinned like the title was already engraved with his name. That was my cue. I placed the folder gently on the table beside him. He looked down, confused, then curious. "What's this?" he asked. His aunt leaned in, eyes bright with expectation. I answered with the calmness of someone who has nothing left to prove. "Your pay approval for this quarter." Daniel blinked. My aunt froze. The relatives around us turned slightly, like flowers seeking a new source of light. He flipped the document open, saw my name, saw my signature, saw the title. The color drained from his face. My aunt's smile cracked, then crumbled. I didn't speak, didn't explain, didn't soften the blow. Silence did the work for me. My aunt finally managed a breath. You signed this?" "I did," I said. Daniel swallowed. "So, I cut him off with a quiet nod. Their world rearranged itself in front of me. All their pride, all their assumptions, all their years of condescension shattered in one line. I leaned in slightly, just enough for my aunt to hear. "You should be careful," I murmured. "You never know who's writing the checks." Her lips trembled. Daniel stared at me like he was meeting me for the first time. I walked away before anyone could recover. No dramatic exit, no lingering satisfaction, just clarity. For the first time, the room felt small enough to leave without looking back. Their dynasty of favoritism had always been built on fiction. Tonight, I simply removed the curtain. Outside, the air was cool, quiet, clean. I didn't feel anger or triumph, just distance. A simple truth settling into place. They had spent years choosing their golden boy, but I was the one who learned how to own the gold. And that was the last thought I allowed myself before I stepped into the night, free of their story and entirely in control of mine.